Welcome to Early Years Matters TV.
Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about language development in early childhood. Okay, today's discussion is going to be all about language development in early childhood and activities that you as the adult could use to promote language development in early childhood. Okay, so this is a continuation of the series in relation to holistic child development. I've done a lot of video in relation to holistic child development. I'm going to leave the link down below and do check this. In addition to the holistic child development, we have the physical, intellectual, language, emotional, social, and the cultural aspects of the child. Okay, so in my previous video, I've talked about the physical and the intellectual development. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the language development. Okay, so I'm going to be leaving all this link down below so you can check all this video out to keep up. Okay, language development has to do with the ability of the child, okay, to be able to communicate with people. Okay, so in terms of communication, it has to do with the verbal and non-verbal communication. Okay, so I want you to take note in relation to the ability of the child being able to communicate. It has to do with non-verbal and verbal communication. Okay, so in terms of verbal communication, it means the ability of the child being able to use words, okay, being able to express themselves using words. And in terms of non-verbal communication, it has to do with the child being able to use facial expressions to express them. I'm going to be telling you the activities that you as the adult, okay, could use to encourage young children to use. It starts from the pregnancy for an expectant mom. Okay, so this is for expectant parents. Okay, so if you're expecting your child or children, this is the time for you to promote language development. Use reading. Read to your unborn child. Okay, it's been proven that during the pregnancy stage, when you read to a child, when you give birth to this child, the child will be exposed to what. The first strategy I'm going to give to you in relation to promoting language development in early years is read to your unborn child. Start by reading to your unborn child. Okay, and for those of you that have young children, I will encourage you to read. Okay, reading. So when you read to your children, it will help them to learn to use words. Okay, reading will help children to use words. Okay, it will also encourage them to express. Saying in the past that children use words that they've seen adults or people around them use. Okay, so it's important in relation to promoting language development in the area of early years. You read to children. Okay, reading is good. Reading will encourage young children to use words. It will encourage them to express themselves in words. Okay, another strategy you could use to promote language development is encourage children to ask you questions. Okay, when children ask you questions, it has to do with using words. Okay, so they are going to be using their words, they are going to be communicating with you. Okay, so in relation to when children ask you questions, it's going to help them in terms of their language development. In relation to non-verbal communication, okay, so encourage children to use their facial expressions. Okay, so it's important, okay, that you encourage children to smile. Okay, encourage them children to express themselves using non-verbal communication, because when they do this, okay, it's going to help them in terms of their language development. It's important that your environment is reading conducive. Okay, so make sure that the environment that young children language conducive. Okay, have books around that children could have books that children could be able to pick these books they can be able to read. Okay, so encourage children to read as well, not just you as the adult reading for these children, you encourage them to read as well. Okay, so when they read themselves, they are going to be able to pick words, they are going to be able to use children to use their non-verbal expressions as well. Like in relation to language development, it doesn't have to be only when children speak. Like I said earlier, in terms of their non-verbal communication as well, give room, give opportunities for children to use their facial expressions. Okay, this will help in terms of their language development. Encourage you in relation to language development, read books, encourage young children to read books as well. Ask them questions, because when you ask them questions, it has to do with using their imaginations. Let children ask you questions as well. When they ask you questions, they will be able to use words. Okay, so take note of these few activities in relation to promoting children's language development. Of any other activities that could be used to promote children's language development, please leave this down of yourself, and bye.